All right, so today's video, we are watching a Silver Sombra, and this is in Season 9, who says they've been stuck in Silver since 2020, and even with the new rank reset, they ended up right back in Silver. They say that they're convinced that the reset wasn't real at all, and that they should absolutely be out of Silver by now. So, I think with the rank reset, some people have seen that they've climbed higher, some people have seen that they've ranked lower, some people have been in the same rank. The idea of like the MMR reset they did was to bring people closer to that Gold 3 average, and then from there your placements will dictate where you go next, right? And then it could be a little bit even more after that. So, we'll see how you play. I'll give you the feedback here, and we'll see how it goes. Also, subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't, so you can know when my videos are live. Let's do it! Let's see how this Sombra is. I'm ready. So should this Sombra be out of Silver? Was the rank reset actually a real thing? That's what they're saying here. Let's find out. Oh wait, Sombra's actually pretty good in Season 9 right now. Keep in mind, it's very much based off of dive comps. So trying to get value if you're not running dive comps can be a little bit more difficult, but we'll see. Excellent start so far. At the beginning of a Sombra game, it's so hard to be like, okay, this is what you need to do. Like, I would recommend trying not to... You're not playing Cassidy, right? So, like, if there's an opportunity for you to get behind them, and, like, I can already see a problem to begin with here. Okay, there you go. Now you kind of have the right idea. You want to get behind them, and the reason why you want to get behind them is because when you start to get those angles behind a team, what ends up happening is you can force them to turn around, and that already is going to be a dub for you. So, like, this is the way you want to do it more than before. Sorry, I was just... Good flank. But yeah, when you flank like that, it really helps. A lot of players will sit there and play like they're playing like Cassidy, and you're just playing like this mid-range. You want, like, as Sombra, you need to really force the other team to have to turn around for you. Otherwise, A, you cap the point. B, you get a free pick on somebody. So, I see what you did there, Van. How's it going? All right, here we go. Like right now, it's even here, I feel like you're playing almost too close to them in a sense. It's not that you're not getting value. It's like if you go to the other doorway there, you're gonna like force them to turn. And anytime you're a player who is, when they tell you to flank, the idea of a flank is like, you get behind them to the point where they're either forced to turn around, and if they don't, you do exactly what you just did right there. So, go through the doorway, make them turn around. Like, don't just like be almost like right next to your team to where they just look at all of you at once. This has gone a little bit better. This has gone a little bit better. I think that Bastion's name perfectly describes what they felt right there. That was easy. Yeah, you just got rolled. How to play Mei in the new season? Good Mei walls. I think Mei will always be that. If you have good Mei walls, you'll pop off. The aim's a bit off. I mean, the aim's been okay. Like, I want to see more of what their playstyle is, because I think that if like they should be out of Silver completely, like they want to be. I want to see how they will play Sombra. Like, so far their rotations have been okay. I still feel like they have more opportunity to not be so in front of the team, and I think they'll already benefit from that. Like when I have a good Sombra in game, or like I play with a good Sombra. Like for anybody who just watched our tournament matches recently, like our Sombra sets up at like really far away angles and then goes in behind them rather than playing like right in front of them. And when you do that, it just makes it so hard for the other team to be able to deal with you immediately, especially with the new style of Sombra where like your translocator where you go is so much more. Oh, it's easier to follow up on you, so you have to be wary of that. Good EMP, by the way. Canceling the ultimate. That's always good with Sombra. Like I've been saying, so far the Sombra gameplay has been okay. Like, there's definitely, I want you to start taking, like, further angles temporarily. But, like, it's been okay. I'm still trying to find... Like, just be careful here. Okay, yeah. This is good. You isolate a Junkrat. No. Oh, you're... I know that you got away with what you just did, but do not translocate on top of the Junkrat. Like straight up, you're lucky that the Junkrat didn't just... You're gonna get rolled by the Junkrat, aren't you? Okay, and these are the moments right here where you had mentioned how, like, you feel, where you say, like, oh, I should be out of silver, all of this stuff. These are the plays that are really gonna make or break when you start to climb. You have a Junkrat in front of you halfway through. Your first reaction is to translocate in front of them. Apparently, the Junkrat it has music on, so they didn't even know that you translocated into them, which would have been blatantly obvious. And then you follow them around and get rolled. Now, those are the moments where, like, all you need to do there is straight up hack the Junkrat, throw your or even just throw the virus at them, hack them when they try to use their play, and then you just win. Like, they're just gonna fall over, right? I think a lot of Sombras say that, like, you don't even need to lead off with a hack, if I'm correct. And if anybody has heard advice from other, like, really good Sombras, you can let me know. But I think, like, some Sombras say just lead off with the virus, and that should be more than enough. Like, sometimes you don't have to lead off with the virus. Sometimes you can just lead off with the shots into a virus. Like, point being is that, like, that Junkrat elim should be easy for you. Like, that should have been just an easy Junkrat elim for you. And instead, you translocated on top of them, followed them around, and then got rolled. And keep in mind, with the new projectile changes, to where hitboxes on shots are larger across the board, you need to be a little bit, like, more efficient with those plays. That was very nice of the Junkrat just to run right back to you. Does that Junkrat get out of there? There's no way. No. That Junkrat does not just stay in your... There is no way. Yeah, like, hacking the Junkrat right there is probably fine, right? As, like, a lead-off, because you're... Why are you... Okay. Can I ask you a question? What are you afraid of with this Junkrat right now? This Junkrat should have been... These are the make-or-break moments. This Junkrat should already be back in spawn. Why are you just hacking the Junkrat and then leaving? This Junkrat should be gone already. This Junkrat should be back in spawn 3 times. You're not even giving yourself an opportunity. You're just like hacking them and just running away. Why? This Junkrat should be gone right now. Yeah, you got to be a bit more accurate with your viruses. Listen, one thing that I can say with Sombra, let's say that, like, you're missing half your shots, right? Okay, but hit your viruses a little bit more, because I think that's going to help you a lot, especially in, like, the what do you call it, like a gameplay loop of Sombra. That virus right now is becoming extremely important for, like, these openings. Do not run at that Junkrat. You will get one shot. Oh, never mind. Okay, so the way for you to really improve on Sombra is you need to start really... Those type of elims are the elims that can make or break. And I know you got the elim, but, like, that Junkrat never should have gotten away there. So another thing you can do sometimes in these situations, and I do this sometimes, just be a little bit more patient with your aim. And what I'm saying is what you're doing is at a certain point, you start to, like, almost, like, move your aim really fast for absolutely no reason. And I'm talking about practice and aim, because they start off fairly accurate. It's at a certain point, rather than just kind of, like, recognizing they have the elim, they start to, like, almost want to play like they're playing a projectile hero when they're playing a hit scan. So projectile is where you lead your shots. Hit scan is where it's accurate where your crosshair is. And what you start to do is you start to try to lead your shots. So just be patient with your aim, trust your aim, and you'll probably follow up on more elims. But after, like, the first 5 shots, you start to be like, uh-oh, what do I do? Okay, uh-oh. I think if you kind of just be patient with it, you'll be in a good spot. You can see it happening too.
Life protects life.
Don't be in front of the Bastion, remember. Okay, yeah, I can tell you right now, and chat knows, usually when we talk about, like, spectating stuff, and, like, and this isn't about, like, and not even, like, aim in general with things, it's more like you need to be more accurate with your viruses. Okay? Oh, I didn't realize her name was Patient. I'm gonna be honest with you, I just realized that now, that's funny. You need to be more patient with your aim, and their name's Patient. That's great. Like, I usually talk about, like, positioning a lot, which is very important, things like that, but I really think right now that if you even hit half of your viruses, you would already get 25% more value. That's at least 25% more value. You've missed so many viruses right now on the other team that, like, you're just basically giving them, like, free opportunity to do something, and you're losing the value. Oh, I mean, that's the thing, is, like, the reason why they're scared to get too close to them is because they don't play behind them most of the time. They're always in front of them. So, like, they always feel like they have to back away immediately, which they're thinking about two things at once. I always say that the more things you have to think about at once in Overwatch, the more than likely your aim is going to be a little bit more, like, inaccurate, right? That happens with me. If I have to think about, like, 10 things at once, my aim is going to be worse. When I have one thing I want to focus on, maybe two things, my aim gets better. Is it a 5v4? I mean, maybe they reconnect. They didn't say anything about a lever on there, and I think Danny would have saw that. And if this happens to be a 5v4 to begin with, there's 16 minutes left in this VOD. So even then, it's probably going to be a journey if it's 5v4 if the game goes for that long. So I imagine they reconnect. And keep in mind, when you do damage to people now, they get less healing. 20% healing reduction. Actually, you know, thanks for the 3 months of the Future Prime. Thank you, appreciate it. That was amazing. Hopefully their teammate comes back soon. You know what? With Sombra, I actually find that I think a lot of Sombras have different playstyles. Right? Like, you're going to have, like, the OWL, well, OWCS style Sombra, where you're very team-oriented, where it's a lot about calling dives and you all just all in. Then I mean, I imagine if you said, like, hey, let's... Yeah, I'll think of, like, you go and say, hey, let's, if you had Fitzy, Questron, and Ruben all playing Sombra, they may have 3 different playstyles, because Sombra does have 3 different playstyles, and you'll find that a lot of Sombras have different ways that they showcase those skills in their play. You know what I mean? Okay, their teammate's back. That's good. Oh, there's Fitzy right there. See? Would you say that you have a different playstyle, Fitzy, than, like, other Sombras, too? Like, you find that, like, each Sombra that you know, like, probably has different playstyles? That's what it feels like, right? Like, there's a different, like, mode of how you'll play. Yeah, it's perfect timing, see? What would you say, Fitzy, since you're here right now? Anything you've seen from this Sombra so far? What would you think that they're doing, number one thing they're doing wrong right now? So far, things I've seen is they get way too in front of them rather than behind them. Virus first, 100%. Okay, confirmed by Fitzy. No need to hack, so that's confirmed. So that's kind of what we were talking about from the... Perfect. I find that they end up being, like, in front of people, and then they like that right there. They don't need to do that, right? They just hack them and then shoot the Widow. Things like that. Yeah, they lead off with a hack, see? And then they just translocate out. See? Yeah, this is on console. Yep. Which, once again, like, that they can shift playstyle a little bit, but yeah, I really do think, like, you said that you feel like you should be at a silver and, like, the rank reset wasn't real, etc. So far, what I've seen is you still have a lot you need to improve on with how you're playing Sombra. And I think you really can climb if you can really look at how you're playing and adjust from there. I really do believe that. I think that's what's really going to be holding you back right now. More than, like, oh, I should just be in gold. It's ranked. This is just a ranked system. I don't think that's the case here. I think if you watch this, you should be in a good spot. Oh, no, not in a good spot. Like, if you watch how you're playing, that was certainly a decision you made. You see these little things that you're doing? You see how this is all adding up? You're just kind of running around in circles, standing in front of people, hitting buttons, not doing the right combos, and then expecting to just win the game. You clean up even 50% of this gameplay, next thing you know, you're in gold. And you'll be like, you know what? Now I should be out of silver. Hanada, thanks for the 31 months to tier 2. Hope you're doing well, too.
Tactical visor activated.
See this? And keep in mind, I'm not... I feel like it's almost like you're too involved in, like, your core of your team. And that's becoming an issue, too. Also, Fitzy, wasn't it great that we all could stack again finally and have fun? I had so much fun just playing with friends. It was great. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're so, like... You're, like, playing Cassidy almost. Like, that's what it feels like. It feels like you're playing Cassidy. Those games are night and day between solo queue? Exactly. I mean, you know it. You know it's night and day when I'm playing Brig and we have a positive win rate. You know what I mean? Like... Yeah, I can already tell. I mean, I think it's just, you need a playstyle adjustment. You need to start just... Stop leading off with hack. Virus into the shots is good. Trust that you'll get the elim when you have an easy elim. Like, you say you're trying to hack people and they're just all shooting you and you're just translocating into their team. Like, this is no. Absolutely not. You said don't hack first? I mean, obviously it can be playstyle, but like, it's very much, from what in Fitzy's in the chat right now, who's a very good Sombra player. It very much seems like the best case is just to use your virus and then damage, because, or like even damage virus. I don't know the exact timing, because like it just the amount of burst damage you'll do right away seems really good, and you can just 1v1 somebody right away. So like this Sombra just keeps trying to lead off with hacks, and the team has so much time to react that you just virus the wall. Yeah, real talk, I really think one thing you need to work on is your virus accuracy, but I think you just need to lead off with your virus rather than try to lead off with your hack. And I think already you'll make a huge difference there. And then on top of that, as I was saying, stop playing Cassidy as Sombra. You're playing Sombra, make them have to look at angles. Get these free picks. You're just giving the other team opportunity. Like, at this point, if you're going to have a playstyle where you're literally playing like Cassidy, you might as well play Cassidy at that point, right? Because you're just not... You're not playing the kit to the full potential. There you go. You let up for the virus right there, by the way. Nice job. Nice. Do you see that? By the way, and we always keep in mind, whenever we watch spectators, I also like to look at the good examples and the good plays. Look at that. You let off with the virus, you got the elim. Do you see that right there, and how you trusted that you're going to get the elim? That is what we're talking about. Believe that you can do that, and you'll be in a much better spot. But you get in this like hesitation because you lead off with so many hacks. All of that, that example right there against Soldier, and people were talking about, oh, you need to be 100% accurate with their aim, etc. It wasn't like that was 100% accurate, but you see how they got the elim still, because they just did like the correct combo that you're looking to do. You see what I'm saying? I think like when you lead off with a hack for the most part, I think like an example that you would do is like, you're gonna lead off with a hack if you know a Sigma has their ult and you're just waiting to hack. It doesn't mean you can't hack initially. Obviously that can be like situational, but it's not gonna be your go-to. It's gonna be very much you virus into shots. Don't be afraid to EMP this fairly shortly or soon.
Tactical visor activated.
Apagando las luces. Did I scare you?
Life protects life.
¿Qué tal?
So, and keep in mind, this is not a play on their name right here. I'm telling you right now, their aim will already improve slightly if they just are being patient with what they're doing. They're worried about 5 different things, so like they're not giving themselves any opportunity to legitimately hit their shots. They're seeing somebody and they just start going, uh-oh, and they start hitting buttons. They start looking around, like they're not giving themselves opportunity. They're worried about 4 different things. Right there, they wanted to get the wrecking ball, but then they saw the Lucio, then they're worried about the Lucio, so they started to look at the Lucio and the wrecking ball, and they kicked a field goal with their aim. You see what I'm saying? And then the patience of the aim part, you can see you're going back and forth with it. You see how you're going left and right? That's why I'm saying just be patient with it. Trust that you don't have to move your aim around as much as you think that you do.
What is that melody?
Like trust that you, like, I'm seeing the good moments on their aim, and I know what's happening because this is what we've seen with spectating. You just need to be patient with your aim. Trust that you don't have to flail it around left and right over and over again. It will go well if you trust it. I've seen you have good moments with it. You'll see what I'm talking about. You said you constantly check your accuracy? I mean, I wouldn't also base that off of accuracy, right? Like, if you play a Soldier 76 game and you have 35% accuracy one game and 65% the next game, sometimes it could be just like the heroes you're going against too, right? Like, you're trying to help your backline shoot a Tracer and you're doing pop shots to the Tracer and you're not... Nice job there. By the way, do you see that, by the way? The patience with your aim, you weren't worried about just, like, going around. That was great. Wonderful play right there. Good job. This is what I mean. This is where I see those moments of, like, if you do this consistently, or even 50% more, you'll be in gold in no time. But you have to be patient like that. I love that your name is also patient here. It's perfect, because I didn't even realize that when we started talking about that to begin with. You said you're 65% soldier accuracy games? Sorry for one more pause here, but listen, first of all, we already know that there's somebody who's playing Soldier 76 right now with 65% accuracy, farming 22,000 damage with Roadhog, hyping to the other team, telling them that they carried while having 8 limbs because they just farmed a Roadhog for 18,000 damage, okay? Like, you know that's happened, okay? So there are games like that.
Gotta go.
Remember, stop leading off with the hack so much. Patience with your virus. Trust your aim. Okay? Also, you just got rolled by a Moira Orb. So did your Kiriko.
Get back online.
Is it 20,000 damage, 3 final blows? I mean, yeah, that's Soldier 76. Actually, Soldier's not that bad this season. Keep in mind, we are going to do a Season 9 tier list today. Could it be too early for a tier list? Maybe. Do I want to do one? Yup. So good luck. We're going to have some fun. Stop leading off with a hack. It's good we had that discussion because I can see how much it's making you just have to fall back over and over again. I want you to understand the whole sequence here. Okay? You hacked the Tracer, and then virused a Orisa, and then had to run away. That was it. Orisa's probably not going to be your best target right now unless you need that 20% ult charge. There it is again. Stop leading off with that. All right. This is wonderful.
Crusaders!
Could have touched, easily touched. They could have touched the point.
They could have easily touched the point. Could have easily touched the point right there.
Attackers incoming.
Do.
Defend objective A.
Okay, here we go. Let's see what you do. How does your attack go? Much better start here, by the way. I like this play. Good job. Remember how we talked about earlier? You want to get behind them earlier to kind of pull them back for angles?
Care to join me?
This isn't bad. Lucio already sees it, but this is where you make that. Okay, hit the Lucio now. Oh my, this is a free limb. All right. That was something. That was interesting. That was just a. The Lucio win that. Yeah, Lucio right with. I actually kind of like the rotation they made to go high ground and then make the play on the Lucio. Nice. No, Lucio's S tier this season. I agree. Don't worry, we're doing our tier list in a little bit. Ugh. Yeah, the distraction helped. Exactly. You pull the Lucio away. They start to, like, go back to help them, and next thing you know, you do. That's why I was saying, like, as Sombra, if you're forcing the other team to have to worry about you at an angle behind them, it's going to be a lot better than if you're in front of them using your same kit. That's why I was saying you might as well play Cassidy at that point if you just want to play, like, the core of your team constantly. You know what I'm saying?
Catch you later.
I appreciate the effort there. I appreciate the effort.
Sistema comprometido.
Here we go.
Let the kitsune
You know, that's why I still think you need to find that mid-range and play like an angle. You don't need to go to the low ground. Go like the roof to the side. Do you see what I'm saying? Like all these plays that you're doing is generally like, I'm going to play right next to you. I'm going to play right in front of you, and that's it. Like, play the angle. Play in the roof right above. Like the roof I'm talking about. Go here. Hack them from above here. Do the same damage. You see what I'm saying? You're not playing Cassidy, you're playing Sombra. I love how that... There you go, there you go. Okay, you know what? We'll take that. Don't run in front of them. That's how you get rolled. Like that. Like, good thing there was a tree there. Oh, just farm your damage. Just farm. No, don't even like go for the hack. Farm your like, just farm your damage from a high ground and then EMP. This is the stuff I'm talking about. Like good EMP there, but like just sit on the high ground and farm that last bit of damage, then EMP. Well, and there you go. Your team lost the game. So we're gonna talk about this very quickly because there's a lot of things you can work on. To give you an idea for anybody who missed it, like the start of this was they felt like that they should be out of silver, that the rank reset wasn't real, and that they should easily be out of silver because they ended up in silver again after their placements. Right now, you should still be in silver, and what I'm saying to this is that you have the ability to go climb into gold. You have the ability to improve, but there's a lot you need to work on. But if we had to give you like 3 things to work on, your play style on where you're going. Remember, make them have to be in an angle to turn from your team. Don't have to play right up in their face. Use your virus to like lead off, or like your virus in general. Your hacks don't have to be hack, virus, translocate out. Virus, do a bunch of damage, translocate out if you have to, and then go from there. 3, start to be a bit more patient with your aim and your virus, because what's happening is that you have moments of really good aim, and then you have moments where you start to like just flail your aim all over the place because you're just not trusting your aim and that you're going to get the elim. Give yourself opportunity to get that elim. If for some reason a Soldier 76 turns around and helix rockets you once, it's okay because you're going to get better. If you just keep trusting that you can hit those shots that you saw occasionally you had those plays. So do that and you'll see improvement. But if you just keep doing what you're doing, that same rotation, you'll end up being stuck there because you're not making improvements on your gameplay. You're just doing the same rotation. Like you shouldn't be, like your Sombra gameplay shouldn't be 98% of you throwing a translocator up into the air because you got shot at within a 10th of a second of you being right in front of them. You do that, you'll improve, but this isn't like the rank system that's caught. Like you will climb if you make those improvements. If you don't, you'll find yourself kind of in that area. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to all 3 YouTubes if you haven't. We have everyday uploads on there. I know people said they like ranked games a lot too. If you check out the More Emongg channel, that's where ranked is. The second channel, Emongg 2, there's a lot of reacts, tier lists, play the game videos, funny moments, etc. Like a lot of videos people love. And then obviously this channel you're watching, well, actually I don't know, this might be on the second channel too. It has Spectating on there too. But the first channel has a lot of awesome stuff. So sub to everything, like the video if you haven't. We also record these live on stream. You look below the chat, you can see the Twitch chat right there. We have a lot of fun here. Stop by if you haven't. With that being said, hope you all have an amazing day/night.